Peace, peace, family. What's going on, family? Free consultation time. Free consultation, y'all. Free consultation, y'all. Tap in, tap in, tap in. Can everybody hear me? Appreciate it, appreciate it, appreciate it. Yeah, y'all. This is I got an hour and a half layover, so y'all already know how we do things. All right, as soon as there's some free time, we like to give free information, free answers. Okay, free answers. Make sure everybody can hear me. All right. So make sure y'all the questions y'all ask. Make sure you're thinking about the question that you're asking, y'all. Please ask a smart, thought out question. All right. We gonna spend a whole hour. I'm just gonna start from the bottom, going down. So y'all can go ahead and start asking y'all questions now. Again, these are questions regarding to the ERC, contract law, consumer law, all that. Let's see what everybody talking about. Yo, peace, 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 y'all. Peace, peace, peace. Everybody's coming in. Peace and love, peace and love. Need this status corrected ASAP. No, you don't, family. You can correct your status, but again, if you don't know what's going on, none of that stuff matters. I finally made it early to one of your lives. Appreciate you for coming. Appreciate you, appreciate you. I finally called it live. Yeah, we live and direct. Live and direct. Hey, mansa, I got remedy on my Kaiser bill after one notice. Thank you for information. Bam. My pleasure. All right, but now it don't stop there, and make sure you apply that same method to the to your rent or your mortgage. Need my status corrected. I already answered that. You coming to Houston soon? Yes. Yes. Coming to Houston very soon. How to keep my car free and still have car payments and pay down. You gotta learn what's going on, family. Gotta know what's going on. Meaning, you gotta start from the basics, family. Like, you gotta know why it is that you can do that. You gotta know the why, not how. You gotta know the why. The why will basically show you the how. When do you start counting the days from the day when they received it? Yes. As soon as they receive it, as soon as you look on, you track through certified mail, registered mail. As soon as you track it and it says it's been received, then you start your countdown. 5 days. My credit card said I have to pay with lawful money. All right, now you got to Google what lawful money is. You have to understand what lawful money is. You got to read the Bill of Exchange Act. How do we endorse for a business? Same way you would endorse for a personal account. What are steps to take when the credit card company does not approve your application? You got to do your administrative process. So if you overstand the performance of instruments, we never have to pay bills anymore. Correct. How I get out of family court jurisdiction? Well, you just tell them you don't want to operate with them, family. It's volunteer. You're volunteering right now. Can I endorse my rent security deposit before I move into the unit? Yeah, you can, but it's gonna be harder to do it that way. Not discourage you and nothing like that, but you got to know your administrative process. Meaning, y'all, if none of y'all know the administrative process, please don't be trying anything. Keep paying your bills like you've been paying your bills. Keep applying how you've been applying. All right. Because once you give them what they're asking for, then once you're inside the deal, it's easier to kind of enforce your rights rather than it is trying to enforce your right from the very beginning. Because once you start enforcing your rights in the beginning, you're going to have to go all the way. Meaning you're going to have to sue them. They're not about to just let you walk in and just drop some codes and drop some laws. Y'all, that ain't how it work. I wish it did, but that's not how it work. Do you need to claim the name? Well, you got to claim every name. Meaning you don't got to do a DBA, but you just got to express on behalf of that name. Meaning, if you don't speak on behalf of that name, meaning let them know that you are that name, or where you're acting on behalf of that name in that name's capacity, then yeah, don't try anything. I've been on probation for 1 year for shrooms case. No one was hurt. What steps do you take? Because I have court on August. Well, you got to look at the evidence against you. If you know there's no victim, that's your starting point. That's what you got to press. That's what you got to object. Where's the victim? And you stay on that. You see what I'm saying? The state can't be the victim. But again, you're going to have to do some real studying before August comes, because this shit ain't just going to fall into your lap. So I will go read the Constitution. I will go read what's labeled as a crime. Okay. I will go read what is your rights, meaning you have a right to face your accuser. So who accused you of harming them because you had shrooms? I love shrooms, by the way. Credit acceptance claims, I owe them, but I did a UCC one. Nothing comes up. So if I file a UCC one to add the lien to my name, can they come? Family, they still come after you, family. None of that stuff means nothing, family. If you don't know how to sue, none of that stuff means nothing. You can have all the UCCs all day. If you don't know how to sue, none of that stuff matters. I'm just being honest. How do we get around the arbitration clause in contract? Why would you want to get around it, family? I mean, you get around it by not exercising it. Yeah, you if you don't want to go to arbitration, you can sue straight federal claim. But like I said, you can get some wins through arbitration. Like I said, but if you don't get your outcome in through arbitration, you can just file your federal claim. If that's what you were talking about. What is the first step you would take after you were denied credit and you got the adverse action letter? The first thing I would do is go read, brother. Or is that a woman? Oh, my bad, goddess. First thing I would go do is read why you can't be denied. Again, family, if you don't know what's going on, you're never going to know what's going on. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter what they send you. If you don't know how to uh, respond to an adverse action letter, there's no need to wait on the adverse action letter. You see what I'm saying? So what you need to be doing is reading the Bill of Exchange Act. You need to be reading the Federal Reserve Act, because that's what your power comes from. Not waiting on a letter and asking, what do I do next? What's my first step? You got to know what's going on. That's your first step. Because you never should have been denied from the get-go. But now that you have been denied, all right, you got to do your administrative process. All right. There's no step-by-step on how to do administrative process. You just have to administer the account, like meaning you got to express what you want inside of the account. But a lot of people don't even know what they want. A lot of people think they just, I don't want to pay the bill. That's it's not about. It's not about that. It's about performing correctly. It's about performing correctly. Car loan financed in-house. How can I discharge that debt? Same way. It's all debts the same. Grab the class, family. If anybody asks for a step-by-step, grab the class. It's in my bio. I'm thinking people's gonna ask questions about like already kind of inside of the process. Anybody that got questions asking what's my first step to do, you got grab my class, family. That's the best advice I can tell you. But if you have like a quick question on, hey, what do I send this to? What do I send? Like those are the type of question I was kind of not saying like, how do I stop paying my bills? That's not what it's about. Hey, mansa for adverse action, you just send in the letter instead of endorsing bill, right? Same letter of instructions. Yeah, you basically send a cover letter. You basically let them know that you accepting all titles, rights, and interests on behalf of that account, on behalf of the all caps name. That's the angle you want to attack, because that's you claiming your securities and your equity. And if they say no to your security and your equity, then that's equity fraud. So then you have a case right there for breach of contract. So that's why I tell folks to kind of take it step by step, slow your roll, and kind of because you gotta remember you're playing chess. You're building a case at the same time when you're trying to exercise your rights. This is not a UCC Foundation, family. I haven't said one UCC, family. I don't even know what all y'all new people. I ain't said nothing about no UCC. Not once. Never. I was reading somebody's comment. That's what they said they did. I've never did a UCC. I've never filed a UCC. 1, 3, 5, 11, 13. I just enforce my rights. Federal Reserve doesn't say anything about a UCC. The Constitution don't say anything about a UCC. I just seen your post where you said this dude did his status correction the correct way, but you have said status correction is not needed. Help me understand. You say if I don't understand, then it's not in. You heard that brother all wrong, family. He did the status correction, whatever that means. Meaning sent documents to the state level, but that doesn't mean anything if you don't know how to basically perform. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying it's not needed. It's not needed. All right, it ain't needed. Now, if you do that, is you got to know what you're doing. Like meaning, just filing paperwork to the state level, to the federal level, that does nothing. That brother knew what he was doing. He knew how to operate. He knew how to express himself. But I think that's what the remedy came from. It wasn't just some pieces of paper, family. It's not needed. Now, like I say, I'm not stopping you from doing it. I'm just saying it's nice. We talking about like bills and stuff like that. Your status correction has nothing to do with your bills at all. That's more to do with like when they want to charge you with things or lock you up or something like that. But as far as like your bills, your rent, it has nothing. Status correction has nothing to do with that. I don't know where to start to get to the why. You gotta buy a class, family. I know it sounds like some money hungry shit, but that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a beginner class, I got an advanced class. I would highly advise you to get the beginner class so you can know the why. Because in the beginner class, I break down the acts of why you're able to do what we're doing. All right, it's kind of a better, yeah, definitely. Bill of Exchange Act. Where did you find that we are the Federal Board of Governors? Well, who are the governors? You got to ask yourself, who are the governors? Who was the first contractor with the United States? Was the people, family. There is nowhere it's going to say the people are the Federal Board of Governors. Y'all looking for it to say 2 plus 2 is 4. Y'all, it's not going to say that. All right, you have to understand who you are inside of the whole deal. All right, you got to ask yourself, who creates the application? We do. So meaning it must get approved by the Board of Governors. That's us. We approve it by submitting it. That's our approval. That's how I know I'm a federal board of governors of my bank. You will have to kind of have that confidence to understand what that means. No, you're not going to read that in no act saying, "Hey, you are the board of governors for your estate." It's never going to say that. It don't even tell you that you have an estate. You see what I'm saying? So you kind of gotta have overstanding instead of looking for like the word by word play. It ain't gonna be there. Thanks for the free beans. Well, I had a car with American Car Center. They went bankrupt and sold my car to another company I never went business with. I don't know how to generate a letter or what to say. Queen, how you don't know how to generate a letter or what to say? Buy one of my classes. What do you mean? You're not. Hold on. Who is this? Yeah, you ain't new to the company that has your title. That's your first and foremost. But yeah, you got to get the class. That's how you know what to write on your letter. You got to get the class. When filing, are we filing as pro se or saying we are the representative of our estate? Shit, it doesn't really matter, fam. You can rock. You can rock both ways. You are a representative, aren't you? Yeah, I am a representative of my entity or my estate. Just submitted my complaint against Navy. You really changed my life. Appreciate that, family. They turned my credit card back on after 3 days. They reversed it. See? You know how many people in my inbox saying, man, cut my credit card down. I'm like, damn, you didn't do nothing after that? You just let them cut it off? All right. Damn, the shit just glitched. Hold on, yo. Gotta go back to the top. Hold on. Gotta go back to the top. Okay, here we go. Turn my credit card back on. If a voucher is endorsed in return, what do you suggest step 2 be? Send it back and start my 5 day countdown 3 times. What books do you recommend? None. I reckon I recommend Acts, Bill of Exchange Act, Federal Reserve Act, Constitution. It doesn't matter which book you read if it's coming from a person's perspective. You want to read the exact government script or the governmental instructions. Like I read government instructions. I don't read books. I got a business law book, but by Henry R. Cheeseman, but I don't own any books. On federal claim, can the closing of your account considered harm or damages? Hell yeah. They close you out your own estate. It's like they strong arm you. That's security fraud, equity fraud. Anytime you go and try to claim your interests on behalf of your estate and they say no and you have the proper authority to do that, that's extortion. What if I stop paying my bill over 3 months ago? Can I still do the administrative process? Yes, but I keep paying your bill though, goddess. Would I endorse a certified copy of court case for a ticket I was found guilty for? I couldn't go to court. I'm out of state. Well, family, call them and ask for another court date. I've done that before. I had a warrant in a whole another state, called them up and said, hey, I wasn't able to make it. Can y'all reschedule me? Bam, they gonna reschedule you. Then you go to trial and you or you go to court and you ask for trial. Don't just don't just plead guilty. Yeah, so you got to make a phone call. How long should I stay in my studies before putting the information to work? What? I don't know, family. I'm not in your head. I don't know, man. As soon as it start making sense, if it don't make sense to you, don't do anything. If it don't make no sense, don't do anything. All right. So just keep studying. You might be studying for the next 6 months to a year. You know what I'm saying? How much time is you gonna put? I don't know your lifestyle, family. I don't know what your daily duties are. I don't know if you give a fuck about this or you just care to get cars and houses. I don't know. I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that to talk down on you. I'm just saying I don't know how long it's gonna take you. All right, because it's different for everybody. All right. I know a guy where he took my class, he got remedied a week later. But does that mean he was only studying for a week? No, he was studying for years. All right, he just took my class and able to get the missing links that he needed. But let's say if you're a beginner, you don't know anything. Oh, family, you got ways to go. You got ways to go. All right, because it's gonna be a lot of unlearning to relearn. Because a lot of things you think about a bill or however you look at loans and mortgages, if you ain't reading the Bill of Exchange Act, you don't know nothing about mortgage. You don't know anything about contracting. Don't know anything about interest or equity, which is 99% of what Americans are going through right now. All right, 99.9% of people you talk to ain't gonna know nothing about contracting. They're paying bills using income. All right, so how do I endorse my phone bill? You got to read the Bill of Exchange Act. Shows you how to endorse, transfer the balance. The only way to pay a bill is with interest, and the only part that's supposed to pay interest is the bank. and that's 12 USC 1431. What steps to take to get a closed credit card account open? You gotta do your administrative process, family. Grab my class. So endorsing your bill doesn't even matter because you're gonna have to sue at the end. What? Woman, what are you talking about? How you gonna sue if you didn't endorse the bill? Yes, endorsing the bill matters. It's like when people say stuff like that, it's like that's how I know y'all is y'all trying to find the easiest shortcut the way you why if endorsing the bill didn't matter, why do they have that you gotta endorse the bill is the only way to pay a bill, is to perform a bill. I never not once said don't endorse the bill. You literally just came up with that yourself and said, so it doesn't even matter to endorse the bill when you gotta sue. You can't sue until unless you endorse your bill. Your endorsing is you accepting the credit. And if you don't do that, you never completed the bill, so you don't have a leg to sue on. There is no sue. You don't have a properly built case if you don't endorse. What did you accept? Endorsement is a transfer and acceptance. If you don't do that, what what are we doing here? What are we doing? How do you sue? Do you sue in federal court? You got to go to YouTube, family. Go to YouTube, or you can go down to your local courthouse and ask them this question right here. Hello, I need assistance on how to file a federal claim. Simple. They're going to give you literally give you the resources you need. I don't want to tell you what to do because every state is different. All right, so that's why I say go down to your courthouse because it's free. Go down there, let them know, hey, I'm trying to file a federal claim. I have my case already properly built. I just need to know where do I go to file. What can I do about my student loans? Thanks and appreciate you. Same thing with student loans. You got to transfer the balance, meaning you got to do your administrative process. The same thing. It's all this is the same. One size fits all. I sent in the bill and letter and fee schedule, both notarized, was sent certified mail. I've tracked it and it still hasn't arrived. Did they agree to contract the? Well, if it ain't arrived yet, you can't really do much. You're gonna have to send it again if they didn't receive it. They can file a motion to compel arbitration if that's in the agreement. It's better to go through arbitration first. It is a federal claim through our. Do you have to sue in order to get your bills paid or just both? El Captain, both. You got to do both. So go ahead and learn both. You trying to see which one you ain't got to do. You got to do both of them. So learn how to sue and learn how to endorse the bill. I did an endorsement and got my title, and they are trying to get me to send it back. Hey, color me neither. Which, so what you gonna do about that? Hey, so what you gonna do about that? Y'all see that? Somebody said I did an endorsement and got my title, and they are trying to get me to send it back. Where can you find already won cases, settlement cases? Pacer. You can, yeah, Pacer's a good one. Yeah, are you coming to the Midwest area? Hell yeah. After LA, we're gonna do Chicago. I know I said Atlanta, but go do Chicago after the LA event. In case of a charge off, is the endorsement process different? I never gave the new company my. I said, well, you gave them something, family. How did they report it? How did you see that it was a charge off if you never gave them a social security number? You either gave them a social or you gave them EIN. You gave them something. Because if you never gave them anything, then you wouldn't know that the account's been charged off. What was charged? You see what I'm saying? Thoughts on subrogation and equity? It's all the same. It's all the same. I'm counting down the days for the Cali event. I'm so mad I have to keep paying bills to that. Well, guys, you probably gonna have to pay bills after that. Just because you come into a class don't mean you just stop paying bills. I mean, nah, that ain't how it work. All right, that ain't how it work. Please don't come to Cali. All right, and then the next day you just start sending stuff off because I be having a lot of people that do that to come to my events, and then they be so gassed up, battery on their back, they think they ready. They start sending stuff off and getting their stuff shut off. And then that's what do I do now? What do I do? Yeah, I'm about to retire from a major teleco company. You got to process all the claim funds they had made for me. Yeah, it's the same process, family. Before anybody start asking, y'all, this is all the same process, family. It's the same process. At the end, y'all got to understand what are you doing? What is your purpose? Your purpose is to claim your interest and your equity. Meaning, this is an administrative process. It's the same administrative process, no matter what account it is. What can I say in court for a traffic ticket? Go steady, family. Go steady, family. It's not about what you can say, family. You got to know what to say in there. You got to know the dialogue. Would you want me to tell you right now? Go in there and say you're not the name. That's only gonna take you so far. You got to understand what's going on. What you gonna say if the judge rebuts? All right. What are you gonna say if the prosecutor rebuts? You have to have overstanding to be able to have a conversation with them. It's not the point of what do I say, what do I write. This ain't this y'all. This ain't child's play, y'all. This is for the bosses. This is for the steppers. This ain't for the people that's unsure. They kind of know. They kind of don't know. This ain't for y'all. All right, you have to be all the way in. All right, doesn't matter if you got court tomorrow. It matter if you about to get evicted tomorrow. All right, none of that matters if you don't have overstanding. All right, so I just like to be real brutal and honest with people because I don't want anybody to start building false hope from any of my page or thinking this is something easy you can do 1, 2, 3 because it's not. I wish it was, but it's not. I was told I'm not owed any title, rights, or interest, and they don't accept my form of payment. Can't set off anything. So what you gonna do about that, Miss Fantasy J? What you gonna do about that? They said F you. What you gonna do about it? So I've been performing with Rise, and they've been extending out my promises to pay, but not zeroing out the balance. All three letters have been sent. Now I'm thinking to send them a demand for arbitration. Yeah, you can do that. You can go that route. Can the closing of account be considered as a damage? Yes. Yes. I'm signing lease for the first time. Should I endorse the lease to the endorse order of the bearer? Yeah, you can. You just gotta sign as the grantor. That's it. And I got a lot of people that's getting my class. Not a lot. I counted 5 people. Counted 5 people that bought my class, y'all. Literally a month, like a week, 2 weeks later, they try to charge back their cards. Do y'all not know I see all that? Like people are dumb. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all not know when y'all signed up through Teachable, you have to provide me with all your information, meaning where you live, your email address. Don't y'all know I know how to trace people specifically through their IP address? Every time I get a charge back, somebody try to charge back, I send them an email. It's like, you po motherfucker. And they be like, what are you talking about? I didn't buy this class. And I say, it shows that you logged in 19 times, sir. What are you talking about? So that's why. And then their chargeback gets denied. Like, so I don't know what time y'all be on. Now you out of your money, and I'm gonna ban you from Teachable. So now you are lost out of the class, and you're out of $500 or $250, all because you wanted to be poor. All right, All right, got my full documents ready to be sent. Just want to keep studying so I know what to respond when they tell me something I don't like. Exactly. My legally shared car is being repoed in a few days. That's fine because I know how to get remedy by performing. However, the co-signer is tempted to sell the car before the if he succeed. So it sounds like there's an issue with you and the co-signer. Yeah, that's gonna be tough, hard, because y'all gonna be kind of battling each other. In that same live, he spoke on a homie who corrected his dad as well, but didn't overstay what that meant, and he couldn't work. Exactly, good eyes. Because I remember that same live, he said he had a partner that got his stats corrected, and the judge told him to explain it. He couldn't explain it. He got locked up. Do you have to sue in order to get bill payment remedy, or did you just send? Who is this? Who is this, man? Who is this? Who is this? Wait, who is this? Who's El Capitan? What do I do if he actually tries to sell my car without my permission? Well, I mean, it's not really your car if you got a cosign. It's both of y'all cars. Can you explain how our all caps name is the principal when operating an LLC or business? The all caps name, meaning your business name, when you're dealing with an LLC, your business name is the principal. The all caps is always the principal, family. Every time you do business, you operate through all caps name. My advanced class is 500. But if you come to the in-person class in California, July 22nd, it's 150. But if you can't make it to California, July 22nd, you get my advanced course for 500. Has any company ever been sued? Yes, family. They don't. No, they don't give remedy every time. You got to force their hand to get remedy. You got to do your performance to get remedy. When you are ready to receive funds, is the order deposit them into Fidelity and have Fidelity do wire transfer to? No, that's not what that's. The money goes straight to your treasury account, family. So you'll see said that the assets can't be used if they have a lien on it. If the state owns your state estate and you don't correct it, doesn't that mean they have a lien on it? 12 USC 1431 said that the assets can't be used if they have a lien on it. If the state owns your estate and you don't correct it, does that mean, well, it's not the estate, family, it's the account. Everything originates from the estate. We own our estates. It's the account. It's the individual accounts that we're not expressing. Do you believe in sending docs in the indenture? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Have you heard anything about Gap and using that in your instructions? Yeah, yeah. I used to put Gap in mine, but none of that matters, family. None of that matters, family. Not saying it don't matter, but you. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me kind of explain what I mean by it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because, brother, and I remember you. If you don't know how to sue, none of that gap stuff matters. You see what I'm saying? You don't gotta bring up gap because that's just an objection. Like that's not gonna get you the remedy by bringing up gap because there's supposed to be gap. You see what I'm saying? Like the argument is, I would like to utilize the gap inside of my contract, or I would like to use the credits and transfer it back to myself. That's the issue, and you gotta enforce that. So again, it doesn't matter if you apply gap. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if they're not giving you your interest and your equity, that is interest. That is equity fraud. Yeah, it's equity fraud every time. It doesn't matter what you're at. You can go find gap information. You can go find contract law but if you can't uh, enforce anything, like none of that stuff matters, fam. Well, gaining real estate probably be covered in your course. Gaining real estate probably. Family, what do you think real estate is? You just said real estate. So how do you gain real estate? You talking about getting a house? That's not gain. That's not real estate. A lot of people think it is, but the real estate is you extending your estate. That's real estate. Your real estate. You gotta hit a verbiage. You gotta ask yourself, what do you think real estate is? An estate is an extension of land. You see what I'm saying? So you have to understand your estate, and that every time you give that social out, you're extending your real estate. All right, that is real estate. We're all real estate, and it got nothing to do with a house. A lot of people think, man, you know how many real estate agents don't know nothing about equity? You know how many real estate agents don't know nothing about estates? It's a lot of people. As a beginner, where should we start? I got a beginner course in my bio. I got a beginner course in my bio. Now, if your question is, I'm a beginner and I want to start for free, I would start from my page, start from the top, work your way down to the bottom. I got hundreds of hours of free information that you can look up. Now, if you want a step-by-step process, you can go on my bio, grab the beginner course, that's 250, or you get my advanced course, that's 500. The advanced course shows you step by step how to enforce and endorse. The beginner course is more of your overstanding on what acts you need to overstand to be able to enforce. How do you handle old tickets? License been suspended since 2023. Well, you're gonna have to call those courts and get a court date and take those tickets to trial. You can do that, or you can just let them know, hey, you want to pay. Tell them to send you a bill or something like that. You can endorse that ticket and have it paid that way. I did the process wrong. Do I sue or start process over? Well, family, if you did it wrong, how you gonna sue? No, I don't need to start over. You just need to know what you did wrong. That's it. Do you have a UCC? No, I don't. Pay to the order of the bearer. Have you used any gap in your insurance? No, no, I haven't. I don't even bring gap up. I bring the equity up, family. Equity trumps gap. These motherfuckers playing with me. I endorsed it. They said they would run an audit on my account. They not playing with you, family. They testing your gangster. They testing your information. All y'all, this another thing, y'all. A lot of y'all saying they're playing with me. These motherfuckers this, these motherfuckers that. Y'all, this not them. It's you. Okay? Again, the biggest challenge in this is going to be self accountability. No one is playing with you. They're very serious. They're very serious. Trust me, they not playing. They're very serious. All right, they're not trying to act like you dumb and don't know. They're acting like you're uninformed, and we got to be honest. Are they kind of right? Just a little bit. They a little bit right. Because if they was wrong, you wouldn't be on this live right now. You would just be moving. You would just be sending your stuff in. You wouldn't be getting frustrated or stressed out. Or if you are, I'm just saying, I'm just giving you an insight. Trust me, they're not playing. They being very serious. All right. So if they audit their account, that's no pressure. Like meaning you're going about your administrative process as usual, as normal. Yeah, they're not playing with you. Yeah, I don't use gap in Tyler Mines Church for CFOs, man. CFOs don't care about that. It's good to know that, but I'm brother that was asking about gap. Don't let me act like that doesn't not knowing gap is irrelevant because it's definitely relevant. I'm just saying bringing that up to them does nothing. Think about it like this. If I'm going to them about my equity and they ignore me about my equity, don't you think they're going to ignore me if I bring up gap? You see what I'm saying? Equity trumps gap. All right. You see what I'm saying? Equity law trumps any contract law. All right. Meaning gap or anything like that. Like equity trumps all of that. So you want to always bring equity first. Drop that E word. All right. Because that's the power. Not gap. Not say it's some power, but it's not the all be all power. The all be all power is equity. Do you know anything on non-citizen national status? No. And I don't want to know. Just being honest, family. It's all about capacity. Is there an act or set of codes that specifically goes over contract law? Nope. All the acts, all the Bill of Exchange, Federal Reserve, it's all laws, all contract laws. I don't know if there's a contract act. I don't know. There may be one. I'm not sure. Got remedy with a student loan. Thanks much. Bam. Appreciate your family. Appreciate that, family. Appreciate that. Yeah, but if they ask you for that title back, you let them know to see you in court. Okay, and they gonna leave you alone. Yeah, UCC Chapter 3 is the version of the Bill of Exchange. That's why I just go to the Bill of Exchange. But yeah, you're correct. You're correct. Can you explain a bit more what counts as an employee for the ERC? I'm trying to gather as many as possible. Well, anybody that helped you with your business, family. If anybody helped you with your business, somebody went down to the store and got you something for your business, that's an employee. Your friends, your family. Uh-huh. No, I'm saying y'all make it seem like enforcing the bill is all you need to do. Family, enforcing is suing, family. I think you need to kind of understand what we're saying. Endorsing is accepting. Enforcing is enforcing your administrative process, which also means sue. The administrative process, family, is you receiving a bill, you accepting the bill, transferring it, right? All right. If they say no, you're sending 3 notices. That's you enforcing your rights. You're sending 3 notices. All right. After that, you're going to file your motion, file your breach of contract. All right. It's a claim of breach of contract because the fiduciary or the CFO isn't doing their performance, which is basically harming the account, which is breach of contract. So you have to build that up and present that to a court. Now, are you going to have to go all the way? I don't know, probably not. But you have to do that. Just put them in the situation of saying, "Damn, they're about to sue us. Let's settle with them." You see what I'm saying? Like meaning, El Captain, Capitan, Capitan. Sorry if I say your name wrong. If you don't understand how to endorse and enforce, how would you know how to sue? If you don't know how to sue, there's no need to endorse and enforce. If that makes sense. God is just go litigate. Okay. If I'm confusing you, guys, just learn how to sue, guys. All right, I don't know how you're getting confused right now. It is my 10-year-old can understand what I'm saying. All right, you're endorsing the bill. If they don't, if they don't accept that, guys, you're going to sue. It's that simple. What are you missing? Learn both. Your first question was, so what's the point of endorsing if I just need to sue? How you gonna sue if you don't endorse? What are you suing about? The endorsement is accepted. I said you're always going to have to build your case. All right, guys, just look at the comments. Has anyone in the comments got remedy without going to court? I think there have been. But do you know why they got their remedy? All right, because they built a proper case. No, they probably didn't have to actually file it, but they knew how to file it. Proper preparation prevents a piss poor performance. All right. Meaning you got to be fully prepared to have a proper performance. It's not, hey, I shouldn't have to do that, or I ain't gonna do that because you're trying to find the fastest way of doing things. Guys, that's not how it works. You need to know both. Do you cover the Bill of Exchange Act? Yes, family. I've been talking about that. That's all I talk about. Bill of Exchange Act. Yes, family. Hell yeah. I hope I would. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Most districts have a pro se litigant handbook. Just Google it for your district. Bam. Bam. Good ass bean right there, y'all. Good bean right there, family. Do you have to wait until after third tier to sue if company sends you a letter? I mean, you just got to have proper notices. I would say after 3 notices, go ahead and file your claim. No crime is old, family. That account is still open up. The accounts that y'all think is old and closed are still open on the private side. Y'all just don't understand what's going on. My license been suspended since '03. Old tickets in multiple states. Well, you gotta settle those obligations, family. I'm not saying pay, but you're gonna have to get in touch with those courts and let them know. Yeah, you want to set up a date and you want to object it. You want to challenge the claims because right now you're not challenging the claim. You're just running from the claims, and it's not really hurting them because they're collecting your equity interest and they got the charge still lingering on your report. My fiance and I are ready to learn the endorsement process. Can we purchase the advance off the top? I wouldn't. I wouldn't, family. To be honest with you, that advance is it's gonna seem like it's so simple. All I gotta do this, and I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta have overstanding to execute. That advanced course is for execution, and I wouldn't advise a beginner to get that execution just yet. Now, like I say, don't let me stop you. You can grab it. Because it still breaks down the laws, but it tells you exactly what to send, how to send it, what to say, how to say it, and a lot of people ain't ready for that. They think they are, but they not. My first endorsement will be a condo in LA. Yeah, do that, man. I got a high rise in South Florida. Endorsement, okay? So you can do it. I did the first letter for mortgage, and the CFO called me. I didn't answer though. Should I have? Yeah. What are you scared of, child? Are you an adult or are you a child? Who you know send something off and then they get a call and then they running from the call. You act like they about to whoop you or something. What you running? What you running from? That's what you want. They calling you to see if you know what you're talking about. They probably call you and ask you what was this that you sent us? And if you don't know how to explain that, family, you don't deserve remedy. All right, but that lets you know if you was confident enough. If you was confident, you would answer that call. But since that you didn't answer that call, that lets you know where you are in the process. Keep studying. You're not ready for that action. If you ain't ready for CFO, you definitely ain't ready for the judge. The CFO is nothing. The CFO is a do boy. It's the worker. All right. Do you cover mortgages in your courses, family? You asked me the same question twice, 3 times, family. You just asked me, do I go over the Bill of Exchange Act because you want to take over your house? I said yes. I did. Before I even started talking, I said this goes for all accounts. This process works for all accounts. I literally said mortgages, car notes, student loans. All right, this works for everything, family. Grab the course, family. Grab the course, family. You don't gotta ask me the same question. No, grab the course. That's what you need. All right, if you want to step by step, that's what you need, family. That's what you need. All right, come to Tampa, get an international license. Okay, Yeah, don't be scared. You are in charge. Fact. Skip Chicago, come to Minnesota. No, that's Indiana. uh, Old company told me they sold it to the new company. All right, so you need to get in touch with the new company. And talking about third party, I endorsed the bill and sent it back. Then they said that they would do an audit of the account, so I did a 1090. No, I don't have much feedback, but my only question would be, do you know how to do a 1099? My real question is this: what all did you send with your 1099? I'm gonna let you know now. If you just send a 1099A by itself, my family. Oh boy. Oh boy. No, I'm not gonna yell at you. No, no, no. It's all experience. No, it's all experience. It's all experience. Okay. You just gotta know what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? But you'll be in grave danger if you keep moving forward and not really knowing what's going on. Because that's not gonna get you. You just put yourself in worse and worse situations where you have to explain. If you can't explain that 1099A 3 years from now, you see what I'm saying? You're gonna be getting hit with tax fraud, all right, or uh, uh, what is it called? Frivolous filings. That's what they call it. That's what they call it. Peace more. Hey, family, I'm not a Moor family. I'm from these lands. Moors are not from here. Moors are brown Europeans. All right, I'm not a European, so I would definitely appreciate y'all if y'all stop calling me a Moor. All right, just call me brother, call me friend, call me. All right. Okay, but he said tapping in from the valley, all praise. I represented myself and got a federal firearm case dismissed. I'm trying to tell y'all. The new company hasn't reported the account yet. So what, family? You don't wait on them to report it. You know that they got the account information, right? You're not waiting for a reporting. You're waiting for you just gonna go ahead and hit them up. Like, yo, I heard that y'all was the ones that took over my account. Y'all are the managers. I'm here as the owner. Here to claim all title rights, interests, and equity owed to the owner. I didn't change the. No, no, no. Somebody said when you moved, you endorsed your first payment. Also changed the monthly pay. I never changed the monthly payments. I just endorsed the whole lease, and then they never asked me for payment again. But I never changed anything. Ironically, when I signed my contract, it already said 0.00. With endorsing taxes, we send the letters to the IRS CFO. Exactly. Actually, the IRS has a remittance department. The IRS has a remittance department that you will send all your endorsed bills to. So your mom owns her house now. That's crazy. That's weak as hell. If I obtain my apartment with a CPN, can I? No, I don't. I don't help nobody with CPNs. Cause my thing is, is the CPN in your name? Probably not. You see what I'm saying? So how you gonna claim somebody else? You using somebody else's name? And yeah, that's a no family. When you pay the 250 for the class with all that you teach, I go over the Bill of Exchange Act, I go over the Federal Reserve Act, Section 16, Section 29. We go over the Constitution, the whole Constitution. All right, we go over the Sister K. Vi Act of 1666. We go over what else? 12 USC 1431, talking about the bank's old. the banks don't want to pay interest. We go over 18 USC 8. We go over 15 USC 1605. That's the finance charge, determination of a finance charge, which everybody needs to know. So yeah, it's a lot of information inside of that beginner course. A lot of information. When you come into Florida, I live in Florida. What do you teach with the 500 class? So everything in the beginner course, it's like we are using all that and we're applying everything from the overstanding course. So the advanced course is again an execution of all the information from the overstanding course. All right, so all things that we learn in the beginner, we're applying that and putting it to motion, putting it to use inside the advanced course. So that's the step by step on how to uh, write your instructions to the CFO, how to build your power of attorney, how to endorse your bill, all right, and basically how to build your case. What if your business credit card has your business and your all caps name? Can your all caps name be used for the principal? Well, if it's a business, you just use the all caps, the business name as the principal. So let's say, like my company is called Hood Consumer Advisor, right? When I receive a bill in that name, the name is the principal. I'm the agent of that principal. You see what I'm saying? All extensions of credit are for personal, family, and household use. Even if it a business, you got the business support your family. That's how you be creative. Miss Fantasy J, that's a bar right there. Do you know what law it's like to file a federal claim for breach of contract? There is no law, family. Breach of contract is Federal Reserve Section 29. There is no law. You got this overstanding. You just piecing the breach of contract is the law. That is the law. They breached the contract. That's the damage. Are you familiar with utilizing the U.S. Postal Treasury account with the passport? Nah, I'm not too familiar with it, but I'm sure it's all the same process. I haven't did it, so I'm not the guy to ask about that. Oh yeah, yeah, that mortgage. There's no really such thing as a mortgage. You gotta think when people die, where do they go to? The morgue. So you gotta remember a mortgage. All right, it's something that's dead. So you got to bring your life to it by expressing that you're alive and you're the owner. You're here to accept the interest and equity that's been left for the beneficiary, which is you. All right, that's what removes that mortgage. All right, and turns that account to paid. Uh huh. I bought the 500 class last month. Do I still have access to? What family have you tried? What you mean you bought the class? When the last time you looked at the class? That's the question. Does reimbursement from a closed account go back into the trust? Yes. One of the interchangeable definitions of land is more and more. Yeah, but I'd rather go by the word estate. Call me estate. If we go on by the word land, I'd rather be called estate. All right, then the word more just been changed too many times. You see what I'm saying? It's like I look at the word more the same way, and I could be wrong. I don't want to offend anybody. The same way I look at the word black. All right, meaning black doesn't exist in court. All right, so me going to court and just saying I'm a more that doesn't really do much if I don't have no overstanding. That's just my perspective. Again, I could be totally wrong. I could have a different outlook when I'm 35. All right, I'm only 30. All right, so yeah, that's just how I look at it right now. That's just my opinion on it. I just feel like my family, my people was here before the Moors. All right, so just me. That's just my again. That's mine. It's just my personal opinion on it. Are you going to teach a class on how to rent properly and collect rent as a landlord? I mean, if I get to that point, I've never been a landlord, family, so I wouldn't know how to like right now. If a person rented something through me, I wouldn't know how to take their application and go to the Fed. You see what I'm saying? I've never been a landlord before. That's something I will have to learn. Uh, but yeah, if I ever get to that point, of course, I just know how to stop a landlord from charging me rent and making the landlord pay the rent because that's what the law says. Yeah, somebody said contract law for dummies. I'm sure they got that book out. I know they got that book out, Contract Law for Dummies. And I'm sure it's a good ass book too. But yeah, equity and interest. If you're not getting equity or interest, whatever you're doing is not in your best interest. Excuse me. I'm about to miss this damn flight. Star boy. But yeah, hold on right quick, family. Let me get over to the side. Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad. That's all. Hold on right quick, family. Fine, fine, fine. Can you do a video on how to sue? Why would I do that, family? They got a billion videos on YouTube on how to sue. There's an Indian Contract Act. Oh, damn, you're right. It is an Indian